It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on K-Bear 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Just some classic Ozzy to kick off our show here on this pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday. Hope all is well with you. Last night, played a couple more hours of that game Grounded that I've talked about on the air with Victor. This game Grounded has been out since 2020. It got its full release in 2022, meaning that the beta version was out for 2 years. And you couldn't do anything in the game at the time. You just did the introductory, met the first character, and then they thanked you for playing. You went about your day, played some more games, played some other games. Now the game is, it's what it's called, they're calling it the Fully Yoked Edition. And they added more stuff. So me and my friend Bryson have been playing it. We got our other two friends involved as well for a 4-person squad. Last night, we played a little bit of it. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. We faced this boss that's called Director Schmechter. We killed the robot version of, killed his robot. But every boss fight we've gone through so far, I've done this one particular thing that keeps working. We're going to keep doing it. That is, right before we jump into the boss area, I hit play on the NeroBot downloaded on Discord in Bryson's Discord server. And it plays My Hero from the Foo Fighters. And we just go in there, and we win every time. We tried beating Director Schmechter the first time, got our butts kicked, had a restart, got into a whole fight with each other about, doing this tactic instead and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, I know what we need to do. We go to the boss area again. My friend Chauncey yells, go. I hit the play button. Foo Fighters, My Hero starts playing. And next thing you know, we beat the boss within a record amount of time. Very fast. We all were just swinging our bats at him. Got him, killed him. That was it. Beat that boss. And like I said, with every other boss following after this one, we're going to continue to play Foo Fighters. The power of the Foos. That's right. 208-535-1015 is the number to reach me if you want to get a hold of me. We'll continue Peach's Pit Party here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Taco Bell, the last place you'd expect to do this, is going to open retirement communities in Los Angeles and San Diego for people who haven't saved enough to actually stop working. The cantinas will offer senior-inspired recreation and cross-generational activities like afternoon aerobics, pickleball matches, and morning tea times. Now, the catch is that you need to be a Taco Bell Rewards member. The weekend membership costs $150, and a day pass will set you back about $50. Memberships will be available for purchase first come, first serve on July 16th, meaning that they'll just sell out within 10 minutes, starting at 9 a.m. in the Taco Bell app. I'll stick to just buying food from there. There are the Taco Bell cantinas, or there might just be one. There might just be a Taco Bell cantina in Newport Beach, California. I actually have a sheet ready to go of all the different things that I want to do for when I get back for my week-long summer vacation. I'm excited to go check out that Grilla Mall place that serves really cool burgers named after rock and metal bands. I'm definitely going to get a t-shirt for myself, as well as get a t-shirt for Victor, of course, too. They have some nice t-shirts over there. But the Taco Bell Cantina, I tried going to that place before. And unfortunately, it was me and my ex at the time. And we tried going there for like a day date, try the Mountain Dew Baja Blast freezes or whatever, the hard Mountain Dew Baja Blast, whatever it's called. And unfortunately, her dad had a medical emergency at the time, so we ended up not going. And we broke up, of course, so I haven't been there at all. And I need to go. The Taco Bell Cantina sounds amazing. Some TikTokers are rediscovering cheap Depression-era desserts. I think I did see something about that. But would you serve guests a water pie? Is what one of these desserts are. Water pie does not require milk or eggs, items that were expensive during the 1930s. All you need to do to bake your own water pie is crust, water, flour, sugar, vanilla extract, and butter. So after pouring water into the crust, along with the flour, sugar, vanilla extract, and butter, the liquidy concoction goes into the oven. But due to the melted sugar and fat from the butter, the pie comes out sliceable. Interesting. Would I make one? Absolutely not. Why would I want to? Why would I want a water pie when I can make an actual regular pie? This is not the Great Depression, which is pretty close to it. No, it's not. Stop it. 1930s. I did see something like that pop up of an old recipe book for these really gross, not desserts, but overall dishes you could serve. That would be a funny thing to do, just to bring that to your next potluck, just to see everyone's reaction. You bring something like tuna related, everyone's grossed out, it smells up the entire house. It's a great way to not get invited to those things anymore. If you're really one of those antisocial people, there you go. Just bring the worst dish possible. Better yet, just bring coleslaw with raisins in it. I mean, whoever makes those, ugh, that stuff's disgusting. Coleslaw is great, but whoever decided to put raisins in it at one point, that is downright awful. We just talked about traveling, trying to find flights for cheap, places to go for real cheap. If you've ever wanted to go to Copenhagen but thought the cost of visiting Denmark's capital was too expensive for you, well, the local tourism board is offering some incentives, including free meals, museum admissions, train tickets. So that's pretty cool. There's some discounts there. It's not necessarily going to help with the flight or the hotel, but all you have to do is to get this stuff, the free meals, the museum admissions, and train tickets, all you have to do is agree to help Denmark continue to be one of the greenest and cleanest countries in the world. Tourists can earn freebies by simply picking up garbage whenever they see it, using bicycles to get around, or even cleaning up the harbor. I like that. I try my best to pick up trash whenever I can. If I'm walking in the Walmart parking lot back to my car, for example, and I see some wrapper on the concrete, I'll pick it up, put it in my car trash can there. It's better to do something like that. Clean yourself. I hate seeing those people that smoke cigarettes in their car on the highway, and they put their hand up the window, and then they toss the cigarette right there on the side. It's horrible for the environment. Really, it is. But of course, you get these entitled people nowadays. I can do whatever I want to. I'm better than you. That's right. I do like this Cope and Pay campaign is what they're calling it. All tourists need to do to redeem the rewards is show some sort of proof like a ticket, receipt, or photo of them pitching in to help, and then they get their free stuff. I like that. That's cool. This right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Yesterday, USA Basketball announced that Kawhi Leonard is withdrawing from Team USA for the upcoming Summer Olympics. He felt ready to compete, the statement read. However, he respects that USA Basketball and the Clippers determined it's in his best interest to spend the remainder of the summer preparing for the upcoming season rather than participating in the Olympic Games in Paris. Now, Kawhi Leonard is known to be a lousy worker. He would miss games in previous seasons due to, quote, load management, so much so that I think they made a whole new rule about doing that sort of thing, because when people go to an NBA game, they expect to see their favorite player. Kawhi Leonard is one of those players that's really good. People want to see him play. And if you pay a ton of money to go watch this guy play and you see him sitting on the side due to load management, you'd be very upset. Very, very, very upset. So insiders say Leonard will be replaced with Derek White of the Boston Celtics. I thought they already announced that, which is not a good replacement at all. They should have got somebody else who was much better than Derek White. And looking ahead a bit, Serbia, South Sudan, and Puerto Rico will be Team USA's opponents in the Olympic group phase, which will begin July 28th. If we don't beat all of those teams, the skill of NBA players has plummeted dramatically. Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics will be on the cover of the standard NBA 2K25, which will be released September 6th. Pretty much it'll be the same game, just with a different cover. That's what happens every year. History is being made with the game this year as WNBA star Aja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces will be joining Tatum on the cover of the deluxe edition, making the first time a WNBA player will be in a global edition of the video game franchise. I already saw the comments on Facebook. It's rather funny. And last but not least here, Utah quarterback Cam Rising is tired of getting a free education. He'll be starting his 7th season of college football this year and still has a year of eligibility left, so he could play in 2025. But when Rising was asked about returning next year during the Big 12 Media Day, he said, that's not the plan. 7 years is more than enough. Rising initially signed to play at Texas, was red-shirted for 2 years, transferred to Utah in 2020, suffered a season-ending injury in his first game. He played in 2021, 22, then suffered a knee injury in the Utes bowl game to end that 2022 campaign, causing him to miss all of last season. So that does it right here for your very lengthy Shot Clock Sports update right here on K-Bear 101. There's been a lot of news as of late of famous people ripping off rock and metal bands. For example, Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce, they launched their own garage beer brand or something like that. I think it was called Garage Beer. but their logo is supposed to resemble that of a death metal band, and they very much so, the logo very much so resembles Sangui Sugabog's logo. 100%. Looks just like their logo. I wonder if they'll do anything about it, or if they'll just or they'll just ignore it, really. But JoJo Siwa appears to have copied Tool's wrench design for her new merch drop. It literally is the exact same thing, only instead of Tool, it says JoJo. And knowing how Tool is about trying to make money, I'm sure they'll go after her for this. It would be really funny if they somehow did something, if Tool somehow did something with JoJo Siwa, like, hey, let's collaborate on a song together, just to see Victor's reaction about that. K-Bear 101, we like to make fun of fashion around here. I've talked about Balenciaga a couple of times on the show. They have a history of selling outrageously priced metal and metal adjacent merchandise, including a collaboration with Rammstein. And whatever the heck this is, whatever the heck this is trying to be here. I'm staring at it, trying to figure out what exactly it is. They're trying to do something music related. It looks like a distressed festival bracelet, the type of bracelet you would get to walk around with at any festival. Costs roughly the same as a down payment on a new car or any festival out there. About $4,800. Yeah, it says right here, you could also buy a flight to a festival, get yourself a few nice dinners, stay at a nice hotel, have some beers, and see actual real bands for under $4,800. Can I see the selling numbers, or how many people buy these from Balenciaga? Can I get a spokesperson for Balenciaga on the phone? Just so I could find out how many people buy their items in order for them to continue making stupid things like this. K-Bear 101, I brought in Victor Will because I had to talk to you about this.
What you got?
There was somebody that was trying to argue with me about the radio supposedly playing songs over and over again, the same songs over and over again.
Okay, I mean, we do play new songs over and over again, but it's not like that bad.
It's every 5 hours, isn't it?
That's the most ever
Yes.
they would play is every 5 hours.
Right. Well, This person was trying to argue with me as if she was knowledgeable in the field that we're both experts in.
Yeah. Now, there's always the possibility of hard drive playing something that we've played in the last 5 hours.
Right.
You know, like that could happen. If you're listening to, hard drive, you could hear a song that had just played. I mean, it's possible, but generally outside of hard drive, you'll never hear a song more than every 5 hours. I know for sure.
I think it was Sunday, I heard Need a Favor from Jelly Roll. I'm like, what's this country song playing? I'm like, oh, it's Cutting Edge Countdown.
Yep, it
Makes
is on
sense.
it is on the radio chart.
That's right, because we decided not to play, or you decided not to play because it was
too country.
Too country.
Yeah,
definitely. No, it was just funny to have that person argue with me about, like, I heard the same songs over and over again, so I just listen to my music through Bluetooth. It's like I have my list of excuses for people that always like to say, like, oh, I don't listen to the radio. I have my Pandora or my Spotify, or I hate commercials.
Well, like I pointed out, everything is starting to add commercials. And more
no
and
kidding.
more.
I just tried watching The Boys, and of course, we'll get back to your program after these messages. And it was two lengthy commercials.
Yep. Hulu's gotten terrible with commercials.
Hulu's been terrible, though.
Yeah, it's bad. And I know you could pay a little more, I think.
But there it is, nickel and diming the consumer.
I know, I got to figure out. It sucks because there's usually like one thing I want to watch on each service.
Yeah, Netflix especially for me. I'm waiting for season 5 of You. People are plugging different cool things to watch on Netflix. I only have Prime Video. I have my friend's Max account, my other friend's Peacock account.
Yeah, I haven't logged into. I don't think I've got a Peacock account. Don't have Paramount. I got Max, Netflix, Prime, Hulu. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And you're the king of TV, so I'm shocked.
I know. I watch all of them is the problem. The Boys on Amazon.
The Boys is great.
Been watching House of the Dragon on Max. On Hulu, I've been watching The X-Files with loads of commercials. And on Netflix, I know I've watched some stuff, and the problem is my kids use my account, so I, keep them open.
Have you seen the old series Lie to Me?
No.
Where the guy reads people's faces and determines if they're lying or not?
No.
Because it's based off of actual events, not actual events, but basically this guy will read the face, see if they're lying, and then he'll compare that face to actual modern people that have lied. It showed like Obama making the same face. It showed a whole bunch of different people making the same face.
I can think of one
over there.
I can think of one face that is the only face you'd have to use if you wanted to see a lying face.
It's unfortunate that the show ended before, that person became popular for what they are now in.
Yeah, because it'd be like, here you go. Stereotypical lying face.
I just saw this question. Is sand deadlier than sharks? We've been hearing stories about people being injured and even dying after falling into or being buried by holes in the sand. And it turns out that the seemingly innocent act of digging holes in the sand can be really dangerous. In fact, research suggests that more people die from sand suffocation than from shark attacks. Sand suffocation sounds like an awesome metal band name. I would say there are a lot more people on the sand compared to in the water. You get people like Victor and myself who will be like, nope, not going in the ocean. We'll sit here and make sand castles. Or as what usually guys do is dig a hole at the beach, right? You start digging a hole, all the other dudes on the beach come to check it all out, help you dig potentially. It says here you're not supposed to dig the hole deeper than at knee height of the shortest person in the group. And that if the hole continues to collapse and refill with sand, experts say you only have about 3 to 5 minutes to save a person who is trapped in the sand hole before they suffocate. Right there. They recommend never digging a hole deeper than 2 feet. I mean, that's okay. Digging a 2-foot hole is not all that bad, right? Fame on Fire on K-Barrow 101. I just not too long ago, after It's So New, powered by Ellsworth Automotive, talked about our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com. Fame on Fire going to be on the road with Wage War later in the fall. It'd be nice to do a tour in the fall. The weather's not too bad. You don't necessarily have winter here just yet. It would be great to do an East Coast fall tour. Go see the pretty trees in New Hampshire. New Hampshire's a great state to go visit, really. I think it was Attitash, New Hampshire. I've talked about that story plenty of times on the air about how I fell off the world's longest alpine slide in Bartlett, New Hampshire at Attitash Mountain Resort. It's like 3 miles long. My little cart flipped over. I fell onto the track, slid down, burnt my skin off. It was a whole horrible accident. I was looking more into the weird city names for each state here in the U.S., Found out there's a place called Bacon Level, Alabama. It's a tiny town that has been around since the pioneer days, and it reportedly got its name when a couple of travelers were robbed of their supplies, including their bacon. Can you imagine getting robbed and then the whole town gets named after you? Bacon Level, Alabama. What is their population? Bacon Level, Alabama. Let's see here. Just give me the population, people. Come on. Or, let me see. Doesn't even tell me. Is it still a city or is it gone? It's just telling me the latitude and longitude. It's telling me all this other stuff. Oh, wait, no. 30,000 people live there. That can't be right. You're telling me 30,000 people live in Bacon Level, Alabama? How about Unalaska, Alaska? That's a great name. There's also Y, Arizona. Why call a town Y? It's near the U.S.-Mexico border, named after the Y-shaped intersection of two nearby highways. Only they wanted to spell it W-H-Y for whatever reason. Smackover, Arkansas. That sounds real southern. Rough and Ready, California. Where's Rough and Ready, California? Maybe me and my friends can do a road trip when I visit. It is an actual town. 623 people live there in Rough and Ready, California. It's located west of Grass Valley. Now, where's Grass Valley, California? Where map? Let me see where exactly it's near the eastern border, way high in Northern California. So yeah, there's no way that I'm driving from Seal Beach all the way up there. That's a super long road trip. You don't know how big California is until you try driving from anywhere in Southern California, especially in the Orange County area, all the way up to places like San Francisco, Sacramento. That's at least 12 to 15 hours. Let's continue this talk of travel, shall we? I highly encourage anybody to go out there, have some fun, go visit a place you've never been to, go to restaurants that you've never even heard of. Maybe you'll find something you really like. Maybe you'll experience something that you'll think about when you're 80 years old. And there's still a whole bunch of time to plan that vacation this summer. If you need help deciding where to go, well, Travel and Leisure has published its 2024 World's Best Awards, covering all the best travel destinations here in the U.S. and around the world, based on a poll which asked readers to rate things like cities, islands, airlines, hotels, and national parks. It concluded that the best U.S. city to visit is Charleston, South Carolina. It tops the list for the 12th consecutive year. So it's been a winner for a very long time. In second place, Santa Fe, New Mexico, followed by Savannah, Georgia, and then Honolulu, Hawaii. That's the only one that makes sense to me. And then the best international city to visit is San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. Okay, cool. Charleston, South Carolina. Let me look up things to do in Charleston, South Carolina, and why exactly it is the best one of the best place to go to. Has been the best place to go to for the past 12 years. Do you think maybe the city council of Charleston's like, hey, what if we paid a whole bunch of money to Travel and Leisure to tell tourists to come to our city because nobody's really doing so? We want to make some extra money. I'm looking at the top attractions on TripAdvisor.com for things to do in Charleston. And it's listing things like Middleton Place, an historic house tour with original artifacts and guided insights into a wealthy family's legacy. That seems pretty boring for, most people, I would think. Magnolia Plantation and Gardens. You got the Charleston Waterfront Park. Cool. The Fort Sumter National Monument. You do got a cool-looking bridge, maybe. The Nathaniel Russell House, the Black Fedora Comedy Mystery Theater. That'd be a weird trip just to say, hey, you're going to go vacation to Charleston, South Carolina, out of all places. Usually if you tell somebody that, the number one response would be, why? No, I think Victor and Jade talked about this story this morning about this guy who tried going through customs with a bunch of snakes in his pants. Now I'm reading the story here about a 35-year-old Indian railway worker named Santosh Lohar. He was bitten by a venomous snake, suspected to be a cobra, while working in this forested area. He was driven by a local belief that biting the snake could neutralize the venom, so Lohar grabbed the snake and bit it multiple times, killing it. So Lohar's colleagues rushed him to the hospital where he received the antivenom treatment, was discharged the following day. He's recovering well. But how do you explain, I just bit this snake to death that bit me? That'd be a cool story to brag about, right? I guess. That's like your get to know me thing on any dating app. If this guy signs up for Tinder or whatever, he just writes there, I bit a snake to death that tried killing me. It's pretty hardcore. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. This could count as fuzzy thoughts with Peaches. There are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. It's very annoying on Facebook. No matter what day, what time I'm logging onto Facebook or checking out my feed, there's always at least one Cybertruck meme making fun of the Cybertruck. Mostly because people don't like Elon Musk, and I would also say it's a mixture of those with the people that they drive those pavement princess trucks. It's lifted for no reason. They just like to have a truck because they want to feel manly on the road. So they see the Cybertruck and go, look at that sissy vehicle. Meanwhile, they're driving this Ford F-650 that's guzzling gas, and they're taking out loans to pay their gas bill. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, the Tesla Cybertruck is definitely unique. You spot it everywhere. Anytime you see it, you'll spot it within a mile away because it's just a unique looking vehicle. All the cars nowadays look the exact same. There's no clear design difference between Toyota, Honda, all the other car manufacturers out there. And I was thinking about the Volkswagen Bug. They started creating Volkswagen Bugs back in 1938. They started manufacturing them. They hit the road. Could you imagine going back all the way to 1938 and seeing the first Volkswagen Beetle out there on the road? It'd be weird, right? Because what was the usual car back then? 1938 cars. All the cars back then were kind of weird looking as it is. But to see that different Volkswagen Beetle driving around, the tiny little bug car, I've always wanted to own one of those just to see if I could fit in it. And it would be funny if I couldn't and I was just driving around like Mr. Incredible. Just a tiny little Volkswagen Beetle pulls up to your business. I get out of it. I have to fold out like one of those fold out hiking sticks. I meant to talk about this subject a couple days ago. I saw it in the radio prep, thought it was interesting. So interesting enough that I downloaded the app. It's called Strolly, Strolly. Or is it Strolly? Let me look at it real quick. It is Strolly. Basically, it finds out where your location's at, finds out where you're at, where exactly you are, determines what kind of route that has no dead ends takes you back to where you are if you want it to loop. It just designs walks for you. That's all that it does. Different walks each and every single time, so that way you're not seeing the same things over and over again. And I've been talking about it with my friends. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start going on walks. And I went on a few late night walks because I think I was angry or sad about certain things. And you just, once it reaches 10 p.m., you get kind of caught in the feel. So then you just put headphones in, listen to music, walk. That's what I did. I walked around the whole neighborhood and went even around Winco. I like to walk the Greenbelt late at night because there's nobody out there. And I mean, there's occasionally like a person or two riding one of those scooters, but that's about it. But this Strolly thing, right as I opened it up, I said, share my location. It took where I was at and came up with this route of 7 miles for me to walk. It said approximately it would take me 2 hours, 12 minutes for me to finish. I mean, that's a lengthy walk. That's a weird starting walk. But would I do it? Of course. You're supposed to get your 10,000 steps in each and every single day. Something like that. I've learned to enjoy walking rather than going on runs. Because before I was just going on a run, then walking. I'd run for a little bit, then walk. Run for a little bit, then walk. I'd much rather just walk for the most part. But I still need to do work on my cardio too. So I might instead work on a much shorter distance and not necessarily do like a mile and a half of running. Just do a little bit here and there, then go for a walk afterwards. As long as you get your exercise, you get to enjoy the outdoors every so often. It really helps you. It really does. K-Bear 101, it is now that time for To Peach Their Own. Yesterday's question, I kind of figured I would get the same 3 answers. And I was hoping for something different today. It seems like I'm still getting very consistent answers with this one. What's something you are really good at but hate doing? I knew at least one person would say life or pretending to be human, that sort of thing. I want more in-depth answers. Come on. Like Stuart, fixing holes in drywall, making it look like nothing happened. There you go. Chelsea, doom scrolling. I did see a couple spending money in there. Driving a truck from Ken. Driving a truck seems like it's very difficult. I make sure to leave room, a whole lot of room, as a matter of fact, whenever I go around a truck on the highway. I go to the left lane to pass, go back into the right lane. I leave so much room. You gotta leave. Don't ever cut off a semi. My mom gets so mad when I say this for some reason. When I say it's like cutting me off at a store or cutting off a bigger person at the store. Like if you were to walk in front of me, then just stop all of a sudden. It takes me a little bit more to stop. And then who's going to fall to the ground? The person in front of me. What else is there for this? Vacationing. Wait, what? What's something you're really good at but hate doing? You write vacationing. Why do you hate vacationing? Is it because of the planning? I understand that. Trying to plan different things with different people or just getting people all together. Right now, I'm telling every single one of my friends, hey, I'm returning July 26th through August 2nd. And of course, you got to plan your day to spend a time with family, spend time with this friend, spend time with that extended part of the family. Usually my Uncle Sonny wants me to go talk with him for a little bit, go hang out, go have lunch with him and my Aunt Lori, do something with them. It's not really fun because they just ask me the same questions every time. Do you still enjoy being on the air? Do you like it out there still? Same questions. But to Peach Their Own today, what's something you are really good at but hate doing? Let me know. 208-535-1015. K-Bear, thanks for calling in. How's it going?
Not too bad. I'm finally back at work, so I'm listening to the radio again.
Hey, I appreciate it. What's something you're really good at but hate doing?
Fixing things.
I was going to say every time we talk, you're fixing some sort of motorcycle, right?
Yeah, just anything in general, though. I mean, it was even worse when I was fixing vacuums because there's literally nothing to it.
I was about
And
to
yet
say,
you get-
what goes into fixing a vacuum?
Well, for the most part, showing people where their machine clogs up and going, if it stops sucking, you can save yourself $100 by just poking at it. A lot of the time, that's all you got to do: poke at it, and it'll suck it right through.
Is it sort of like plumbing where you find some shocking things inside vacuums? Or like, you find some terrible things down the drain? Plumbers will reach in and be like, what is down here?
I found some embarrassing things in a
Ooh.
vacuum before.
Did you pull it out and embarrass them? Like, hey, I
right
found this.
in front of them. Well, because they brought it up to the counter and they were just like, "Oh, it's not sucking." And it's one of those days where it was like I had literally nothing to do, so I'm just standing there making nothing, like just labor. And just I opened it up and start pulling stuff out. There was just this chunk of cardboard from an adult toy. From the wrapper that had gotten sucked up in there. And yeah, she turned beet red instantly.
It reminds me of those TSA scenarios of them having to check the people's luggage, and then they open it up, and sure enough, there's some terrible things in there that I'm not going to get into detail about.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing, Peaches?
I'm doing fantastic. Are you here to answer today's To Peach Their Own?
Yeah. I feel like anyone with a truck or trailer can relate to this one. Helping people move their crap,
Oh, yeah.
I get called up all the time. People saying, "Oh, I got a couch or a fridge or whatever that needs moved around." Yeah.
That's why Victor won't get rid of his truck. He's always moving things. And luckily I have him as a friend because I can count on him. Because I've done so much stuff for that guy. For moving stuff that wasn't his out of the house, moving stuff into the house, all that sort of thing. He only invites me over to move things in and out of the house.
Yep. Yeah, you get real good at packing that stuff in pretty good. Lots of Tetris going on.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Tetris for sure. We had our neighbor help me out when I was moving from Seal Beach to here. And he definitely packed that moving van real well. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.